All right, well, welcome back to the Yard Dad. Today, we're gonna be doing some sprinkler heads, drip system. I'm gonna be adding 2 misters to my drip system. And then if we have time, I'll be adding this shrub riser to one of my sprinkler heads. So basically, first thing that we'll be doing is changing the sprinkler head. I'm gonna show you the spot right now, and then we'll get to work on this one, and then we'll do the drip system. I have a regular Hunter 4-inch Pro spray with 15-foot nozzle spray, and this is just a super basic. I think this thing was $3 or $4. I'm gonna dig the hole, and then I'm gonna show you everything that's down there. I'm gonna show you the flex pipe, like all that stuff, the elbow, where you connect it. I won't just be taking the insides of the old head out and then slipping the new stuff in. I usually don't do that when I change a sprinkler head. I always just change the whole head. Some of the ones that I have in the front are better than what I have in the back. I have better Rainbird ones in the front. The technology gets better, especially if you're looking for more water efficiency and stuff like that. They keep getting better and better and better. So instead of changing the inside, just go ahead and just swap out the whole head. This is just a standard regular one. Replacing the exact same one should be the exact same one that I've got in the back. And yeah, but I'm just gonna show you everything. And I'm gonna go ahead and dig the hole there. All I'll be showing you is exactly how to change a sprinkler head. And then that way you know everything that's going on down there. Basically all I need is I'm just gonna need a little shovel. And of course, I use like a little foam pad for my knees. This spot, I'll show you right now, it is right in a corner that isn't exactly the easiest to work with. You know. It's always fun working with irrigation though. I like working with irrigation because I kind of never know what I'm going to come across. And this spot right here is actually an area that I started seeding, and then it conked out on me, and it is right here. So I'm gonna just dig out, and I'll probably dig something like here to here. I'm gonna just start digging, and then that way we can see everything that's going on. I'm gonna save it because it's not broken. I got it to work the other day. It keeps messing up, and it's just because there's a lot of dirt and stuff that's probably inside of it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and change out the whole thing and then save this. Always save all your sprinkler stuff. The reason why is because you're gonna end up having a lot of it. You're gonna come across all sorts of different things that happen, like all of that stuff. You're just gonna need it, and then it's gonna save you trips to the store if you just keep saving stuff. So don't think it's junk and just throw it away. And I'll show you one other thing on the side of the house real quick before I dig the hole. So your sprinkler system, right now my sprinkler system is off, right? So any of your pressure is going to be where these valves are. That's where all your Teflon tape and like all that stuff that you want to use. When I change this sprinkler head right now, I'm not using any Teflon tape. You don't need to do all that. The pressure is never on over here. It's always back there is where it stopped. So basically, I think what I'll do is I will start digging right here. Yeah, I'm going to start out here and just come in. All right, so I just got down in here, just got finished digging. You can see that line right here. So this line goes to an elbow, and that elbow is a 1/2 inch. That's pretty standard. You'll be 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch when you are dealing with more water outflow, I believe. Something like that. Generally, the bigger heads are going to have the bigger thread. But this is just a 1/2 inch. And basically all it is we're just going lefty-loosey and then righty-tighty when we're going back on. That's pretty much it. There's not much to it. I'm not putting any Teflon tape. Like I told you, all the pressure is held up back there. We're just going to unscrew it, screw the new one on. And then if you've got sand is always a good thing to fill around with these, with some of your dirt or whatever. And then there's also little protectors that you can put, like a donut, and you just put it on the top. You can put that to protect them. But this one, when it is on, it does come up 4 inches, I believe. Yeah, it's a 4 inch. So very, very easy to change. Hope that helps you. Yeah, let's go ahead and unscrew this old one, get this new one on, and then that should wrap up this. I'll fill it back in, we'll test it, run it, see if it works, and I'll just make some simple adjustments on it. Now all of these adjust differently. I have all Rainbird in the front, and then I have all Hunter in the back. These ones I can just do it by hand, but the ones in the front I use a tool, and then I also have this little Rainbird tool. So get yourself one of these. It really is helpful for adjusting stuff as well on any of them. Let's go ahead and crank this thing off, and I'll show you. And if you ever see any like water leaking from this or anything like that, unless it's like a full-on leak, like this thing is dry in here. But if it's like a full-on leak, then you might just need to cut and change some of this, or it could just be the elbows cracked. Then you might want to run your water and just see where it's coming from. You're not going to do any damage. The only thing you're doing is watering your ground, right? So don't be freaked out to like do that. Just make sure your face isn't right over it when you do it. That's pretty much it. I don't think there's really too much else to it. Anyone that's got any suggestions or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. Let people know everything there is to know about irrigation. Tell me something I can do better, whatever. But the more information we get on this topic in the comments, the better. So, and help everybody out. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and untwist this thing, and yeah, looking good. First things first, we'll just be doing the lefty de-loosey. There we go. Nice and clean down in there too. There's your half inch thread right there. Yeah, and you just take the new one, you just screw it right back on. And then right when you start to feel it get tight, if you were to be using one like say a Rainbird, the Rainbird ones, I believe on here, they have a direction. You can see it. I don't think they're on these ones, but there's usually a like a little directional arrow, and as soon as you start to feel this thing get snug, that would be when you want to line up your arrow. So I'm not over tightening this, that's perfect. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all I do to change a sprinkler head, and I usually always change the entire head. Always. I always just change the whole thing. There you go. All right, well, you can see how easy that was, just lefty-loosey and then righty-tighty with the new one. That's it. So I'm just going to fill this thing back in. I'm going to check in my garage just to see if I've got any sand or anything like that right now, but I don't think I do. But if I do, I would put a little sand around it, and then I'd fill it up with some dirt, maybe some more sand around it. Sand's awesome. Area like this, it helps it drain more. I would personally just be using the silica. That's my best friend. All right, so I just came back with some good topsoil that I had, just kind of went around it, filled it back in, packed down, and yeah, perfect. Super level, good with the ground. I'll probably have to put more seed down. Look at all this junk like rocks and pebbles and stuff that I got out of my soil that I don't want in there anymore. So good thing I get all this junk out. That's how I change a sprinkler head. Now let's go see if it works. Let's see if it works. All right, well, this thing is working fantastic. I just swiveled it real quick because it was just kind of turned this way. And then if you want to adjust these, you can just twist the top. But for me, this is perfect. It's hitting everything I wanted to hit. This area won't be like this anymore. You can see where the new seed is coming in down here. This is all new seed growth. So yeah, this is gonna fix that. It would have already looked a lot better if I would have fixed this earlier, but perfect. And I might even come back and lower it just a tad bit, maybe. But for right now, I think we're pretty good. So let's go ahead and go to the front, and then we'll put on those sprayers. They're like mist sprayers, kind of like this, just way less water that you can hook up to your shrubs, your trees, whatever you want. I've used them for a couple seasons now, but let's go to the front and I'll show you how to do the drip system, how to attach it to your drip system. So let's go. I'm up here in the front. Basically what we're gonna do is I'm gonna be taking these misters, and I'll show you one right here. So this is a mister, the same as this one that I bought. I've got a couple of these. These were actually on sale for 99 cents, so I picked up a bunch of them. Pretty much every single shrub up here As you can see, here's one that's got one, this one's got one, that one's got one, there's another one. I haven't put one on this Mugo because this thing, honestly, it barely needs any water. But you can see all the new growth that's coming off everything that has them, whereas this one right here, the new growth is starting to come in, and it's because I've been hand watering this one. It actually, both of these. This mister I added earlier this season, so we'll be adding this one onto the drip for this section over here. This one right here, it also already has one. You just can't see it. It's on the other side. But everything's doing good except for the ones that don't actually have the misters. I'll be putting this one on right here. It's very, very easy working with drip. It's actually one of my favorite things to work with. Like all we're doing here is I'm looking for my drip line. Now, that'd be pretty easy to find. Ooh, look at all that. Whenever you see that white stuff in your soil, that's good microbial action that's going on right there. So this one, I'm just gonna follow this hose. This hose seems to be leading me to right here. There's my drip line, and it is quite buried right now. You can kind of give it a little tug because there might be some roots or something holding it down. All right, you can see my drip line now. So all you do is you take this part right here, and you're just gonna come straight up onto this, and you're just gonna push right down on it. And it's gonna puncture it, and it's gonna stay on there. Now, these things are super set up, super easy, but you can make these yourself too with a stake, a little bit of this hosing, and the nozzles. By getting one of these kits, you can make a lot of different stuff. If you've got a drip system, pick up one of these Rainbird drip repair and expansion kits. These things are awesome. It comes with 250 feet of that 1/4 inch tubing. You've got adapters, you've got tubing stakes, bug guards, spot watering emitters, and basically all these different emitters. It tells you the gallons per hour on them. So your red would be your 2 gallons per hour, 1. So it tells you, but you can memorize them by color with these Rainbird ones. And then here's an emitter installation and removal tool. If you need to pop things off, you've got couplings, barbed tees, tubing plugs. But this is a really, really good set to get here. And I highly recommend it because you'll probably use a lot of stuff that's in here and stuff like that as well. And if I remember correctly, I think these stakes, you just hook them up and they spray out the tops. So there's a lot of different ones, but it's good to have one of these because it's going to allow you to quickly repair something that you might not be able to repair very quickly and have to run back to the store. And same thing with these as well. I'm going to save this and I'll open it up and clean it out. I might need the spring or something that's in the inside of this, and it's just good to have a drawer just filled with a bunch of irrigation leftovers and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just going to install this real quick. I'm going to go more farther this way so that I'm not like right up on one that I already punched in. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. But I'm thinking that right here is going to be the spot that I'll push in right here. I'll punch in right in here, and then we're just going to put it right in the ground. So I'm just going to take it off the stake, and then I'm going to put the stake where I want it first. Right? So I want it like right there. Right, and I want this thing low too. I don't want it like misting the whole bush. I want it just misting down here. So I've got my stake where I want it, and then we're just gonna straight up go ahead and puncture. I got a spot right here. We're gonna puncture right there. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I like to put my fingers underneath this and then just both my thumbs and push. And you'll feel a little pop at the end, and that's it. So I'm just gonna go turn this on. I'm not sure how your drip system turns on and off, but mine, I have it to come on every day for 5 minutes. Right now I'm running it at 3 minutes, but I'll switch to 5 soon, and that's every single shrub and bush that goes around my house. So I'm just gonna go to manual. This is my last zone, A4. I have it set at 3 minutes. We'll go ahead and go to run. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. before run. If you've got a drip system around your house, hopefully now you know how to just punch right into it. Get yourself a kit. Watch as many videos as you can on it, because it helps a lot. And you won't have to hand water stuff. So yeah, drip's really cool though. I really like that we have a drip system. So let's see how our mister is looking. All right, and I'm gonna raise it up just a little bit. See. Then you'll see this one right here as well. And like I was saying, I just keep these things nice and low. I'm watering the ground, not the shrub. All right, I hope that helped you understand a little bit about changing a sprinkler head and how I change a sprinkler head, and then also how I add misters to my drip system. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, feel free to just leave those in the comments below. Let me know. And if you have any suggestions, like if you have like a way that you do it or anything like that, put it in the comments, get some conversation going on it. I don't know everything in the world about irrigation. I've worked on irrigation and turf management on football fields, but it was a little bit different. We had equipment that would just cut the ground real quick, and the ground would be, it would stink, like it was like rotting. That would happen a lot when there was leaks, stuff like that, but we would fix it so quick because we had all this stuff to cut the ground, and the sprinkler lines and the heads and everything were much bigger too. So doing this stuff around the house, as a homeowner, a do-it-yourself or anything like that, you should easily be able to do this. You shouldn't have any problems at all. And plus there's plenty of good people on here. Thank you to all my subscribers, everyone that's been leaving comments about pest stuff, about herbicides and like everything. Thank you for leaving those comments. Keep doing it. It helps everyone. Yeah, don't be afraid of sprinkler systems. They're really easy to deal with, especially if you don't have like a huge leak going on and it's just the head that's messing up. That's it for today. Short video today. I felt like I've been needing to get this done and I wanted to show everyone how to do it. So got that done. The riser, the shrub riser, this thing, I think I might actually cap that one off now. I'll show you how to do that in another video where you just get some PVC and just put it on, cap it off. This, I might have another location that I can use this, but now that that sprinkler head's fixed, it's actually reaching an area that the old one did not. So don't need this now, I'll take it back. But these are great if you need to rise something up for sure. And I think this one does 360. Yeah, it does 0 to 360. So you can totally 360 mist. This works real good in shrub areas and yeah. But that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. Leave those comments. As always, I'll see you tomorrow. See you on the next one.